What
Like,
I'm hearing
yeah.
is with a focus on nature and with a focus on beauty, that we're changing our perspective of reality. And if we look at this from a scientific lens, as we are changing our perspective and what we see and what we're focusing on, and we're now becoming more focused on nature, beauty, and also the synchronicities that come to us when we're in
Mhm.
a space of like, I call it consuming, where it's all encompassing. You're consumed rather than you are consuming beauty. Beauty is consuming you. So it's a
Yes,
reversal.
yes.
And
Yeah, exactly.
and when I
Hmm.
speak to this, I'm speaking to this from a very subjective, personal space of having a really deep personal practice with this work that you're doing without
Hmm.
knowing the terminology for it or
Right.
even having been certified in any of this. This is work that I've done throughout my childhood that was
Hmm.
very necessary for me because of my environment. And so there was a continuous immersion of self into nature and allowing myself to be encompassed or consumed by the beauty of nature around me so that I
Hmm.
could intentionally, and I didn't know it then, but looking back on it, I was intentionally seeking beauty in nature to combat the personal
Yes.
experience that I was having that was the opposite of that. And I
Yes,
knew
yes.
by immersing myself in that, that I was through nature supporting myself in resolving what could eventually be huge traumatic blocks for me. So I was healing myself
Hmm.
through this process
Hmm.
unknowingly at the time. And so when you speak to this work, I can say without a doubt that I think it's absolutely what's missing from the Western practice of psychology. I think it's wholeheartedly necessary. I believe it's what's missing from schools, not
Yep.
having the ability to really immerse ourselves as children in nature and learn
Hmm.
the way that
Hmm.
nature works and can even speak through us and touch us and support
Hmm.
us, especially
Yes,
when we
beautiful.
are alone and we don't have a
Right.
community, a village, and we feel isolated. So
Yes,
this
yes.
work, I believe,
Beautiful.
is truly what's missing. It is the poverty. And it's not missing because
Yes,
it's
yeah.
not there.
Right,
It's missing
exactly.
because
Yeah.
the majority, the collective of
Yeah.
humans are still operating in the false reality, which is the very Descartes, we are separate from nature philosophy, which is a
Hmm.
sickness.
Beautiful. Yes, and it's what I'm
Mhm.
starting to understand is it's a perceptual shift.
Yes.
It's actually we start to, and this is the practical part of it that can actually be taught, and is that we can learn how to become porous. And I love your words of I'm being swallowed,
Hmm.
I'm being swallowed up
Hmm.
by the natural world.
Hmm.
And it's like you had as a child the intuitive sense to orienting that way, and I would say she was healing you. She was doing it. And so
Yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
providing that exposure with the natural world and then supporting people with the tools to learn how to listen to it again, how to listen to her again, how to listen and be permeable, be porous to our relatives, human and more than human, the mystery. I love it. And those two worlds can come together. That's to me where the trauma work gets involved. Because like she's coming in and she's doing the metabolizing, and then maybe your guide, which I do a lot of trauma work with others, is to see how that polarity is at work that you just described so beautifully, right?